What up, Weeches and Beaches? Another week ahead spread. Before we get into it, remember it is Monday, which means a new episode of the podcast, Enlightened Mamas. Go check that one out. Girl, oi, a lot. You know what I mean? Okay, anyways, so this week we have all of the cards showing up in reverse. We have the Lovers, the Knight of Cups, and the Hierophant. This is a lot of energy, feeling like I'm getting the feeling that a lot of us are hesitant about the holidays and being around family and feeling like the person that we have become and developed into and found ourselves. And it feels like those of us that have found our tribe, specifically in our personal romantic relationships, it just feels like we have really developed ourselves and really worked on ourselves with intention and purpose. And so these holidays where it sort of forces us to be around these people that don't really jive with us, it's a scary and difficult thing. So this vibe this week feels like we are being called to really go back to our ancestry, go back to our history and the traditions that we had within our cultures. You know, not so much just our immediate family and the traditions within those cultures, but like our ancestry. Like for me personally, I'm being called to focus a lot on my Jewish heritage and those cultures. And in fact, tonight I'm making a Hanukkah dinner from scratch. So things like that, really tapping into your culture and traditions in the ways that inspire you, that are not cluttered by the toxicity of our current family dynamics. You know what I mean? That's very much what I'm feeling like here, is that this fear of being around the traditions that we were raised with, meaning like it just feels like the family units that we have now are not ones that really vibe with our current selves and our fully developed selves. If that makes sense. And so this week we're being really encouraged by our ancestors to look back into our history and feel what feels right for us and really connect to that, so that you know that your sense of self and personal development does not go hand in hand with your immediate family's traditions, if that makes sense. Basically, don't get guilted or overwhelmed or stressed about bringing yourself, your current self, your whoever you are at this moment, all of the work that you've done to develop yourself, the partner that you're with. Don't feel this fear or guilt that you're walking into the lion's den. Lean more heavily into your culture's traditions, for me, like my bubbies and my ancestors and stuff like that, leaning more into that aspect, and not so much feeling like you have the blinders on and hyper focused into, well, we have to be at mom's house at this time because that's how it's always been, and we have to have Uncle Bob's, we have to listen to his lecture because that's just how it's always. No, this is about understanding traditions that existed beyond and far beyond those toxic developments that have just existed in your personal life, if that makes sense. I really hope that I'm making sense of that. So the card that came out today from today's Oracle deck, which we are referencing Wisdom for the Everyday Witch, we got Listen to Wisdom. And this one's kind of funny because if you listen to the podcast, this card actually came out last night too. But listen to wisdom. So this is really asking you to channel and connect to, again, your ancestry and to yourself, to connect to something that is beyond just your waking life, your present family. You know what I mean? Like the mom, dad, brother, sister, that group, to channel and listen and connect beyond that. So we are being asked to, excuse me, turn off the TV, turn off the music, turn off anything that makes noise, go sit in silence, dim the lights, go out and sit under the moon if that's an option for you, and just sit in silence, and then ask yourself, what is it that I'm meant to know? And then just sit and receive whatever information that comes to you. Okay? This is all about quieting the noise and listening to ourselves and also being able to tap into our ancestry and lean on those traditions and not feel so bound by our present day traditions. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that helps or if that resonates. Check out last week's weekly reading or week ahead spread and let me know how that one went for you too. But anyways, that's what I got for you. I'm gonna go read The Alchemist and eat some sushi. Love you guys and see you on the next one.